Imagine you're sitting in a high-stakes control room. You have live security camera feeds to your left, real-time data analytics to your right, and like a laptop open right in front of you.
Oh, yeah, and you are frantically bouncing your eyes between all these different monitors.
Exactly. It is visually chaotic, and your brain is just fried. That right there is peak screen fatigue. Okay, let's unpack this. Today's deep dive takes us into the product specification sheet for the Hall Technologies HT-HV55-Q.
Which is a 55-inch display that runs, what, about $2,750?
Yeah, right around there. Our mission today is to decode exactly why a single monitor costs that much and, figure out who actually needs a heavy-duty 247 quad display.
Well, I mean, it sounds like overkill until you realize the environment it is built for. If we connect this to the bigger picture, you have to remember this isn't the TV you buy for your living room.
Right, it's not for binging shows.
No, not at all. It's a highly specialized professional AV tool. We are talking about security monitoring centers, traffic hubs, or, high-level corporate workspaces, places where synthesizing multiple data streams simultaneously is just mission critical.
Because in those rooms, missing a crucial detail just because you glanced at the wrong monitor simply isn't an option.
Exactly. You literally cannot afford to look away.
That makes perfect sense. But how does putting all that chaotic information onto one single screen actually help? I know the spec sheet describes the layout almost like a high-tech visual bento box.
I actually really like that analogy.
Right, because you can plug in up to 4 different HDMI sources and organize them into neat compartments, like a 2x2 quad view, a side-by-side split, picture-in-picture, or just, full screen.
Yeah, but the bento box analogy only really covers what the screen looks like. What's fascinating here is the underlying architecture that makes that organization possible.
Okay, how so?
Think of it less like a standard monitor and more like, well, 4 separate media players and a TV miraculously fused into one brain. It has an integrated quad video processor built directly into the hardware.
And why is an integrated processor better than just buying a standard multi-screen setup?
Because historically, to put 4 screens onto one display, you needed a separate external video wall controller.
Oh, right.
And those are notoriously clunky and expensive because routing 4 heavy data signals through external cables creates massive latency, lag, and pixel mapping nightmares. This display handles all of that heavy lifting natively right on its own internal chip.
Wait, I have to push back on the idea of this being totally seamless. If you cram 4 totally different high-definition feeds onto one 55-inch screen, isn't the image inevitably going to look stretched or distorted or just awful?
It is a totally fair assumption, but the math actually works out perfectly.
Wait, really? How does that work?
Well, a 4K resolution is exactly 4 times the size of a standard 1080p HD signal. It's twice the width and twice the height.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, because this display has a native 16:9 aspect ratio and incredibly wide 178-degree viewing angles, you can take 4 separate 1080p feeds, and they fit pixel for pixel into that 4K space.
So there's zero weird stretching.
0. Plus, it processes all of this at 60 hertz, meaning the screen refreshes 60 times a second.
Which is an absolute necessity if you were watching live security footage. I mean, you can't have a stuttering, lagging frame rate when you're trying to catch real-time movements across 4 different cameras.
Exactly. The hardware has to keep pace with the data.
Speaking of hardware keeping pace, if an operation is relying on this 24/7, it needs to be bulletproof against both hardware failure and human error.
Oh, absolutely.
The physical specs here are incredibly rugged. It's rated for a massive 50,000-hour lifetime. But the mechanism that really caught my eye is the top-angled panel. It has absolutely no vent.
Which is huge for industrial environments.
Right, because cooling vents act like giant vacuums, pulling dust straight into the circuitry, which eventually kills the tech. So this unit is engineered to passively dissipate heat through its chassis without needing any airflow.
Plus, it has integrated loudspeakers, completely eliminating the need to wire up external audio gear.
The engineering really anticipates the harsh environment, and I feel like that foresight extends to human error too.
Oh, 100%. One of the smartest design choices is actually a software failsafe. It's the button lock for the on-screen display menu.
Oh, that is clever. If you have a perfectly mapped out 2x2 grid in a shared control room, you really don't want someone walking by and accidentally bumping a physical button on the side of the screen.
Right. Bumping those physical controls would bring up that menu interface and could instantly scramble the layout or change the inputs. Locking the buttons ensures that no one can accidentally ruin the configuration.
So what does this all mean? At the end of the day, this 70.5-pound piece of hardware is so much more than a large monitor. It is an all-in-one efficiency hub for serious multitaskers.
It really is. It takes incredibly complex AV setups, the messy wiring, the latency, the multi-device headaches, and streamlines them into one self-contained, reliable display.
It really makes you wonder, though, if we are currently engineering screens capable of flawlessly processing four distinct realities at once, well, how long until our own human brains need a built-in quad processor just to keep up with the modern workplace?